morning guys, and welcome to the 1st of March. Today is my 10 years anniversary on YouTube. Welcome to my house. 10 years and over 1,000 videos. That is mad. So I have been going over different ways that I could celebrate this day with myself. You know, it's only me, myself and I. But since I have a big project coming up in my house, which is gonna cost me a lot of money, we're gonna do a low budget celebration. And the sun is out. I think that's a sign. We haven't seen the sun here in Denmark for many days. Those were some 10 out of 10 pancakes. Thank you, Elise. You're welcome, Elise. And before I'm gonna get ready to leave, I'm gonna answer the first question from the community tab. I asked you if you had any questions now when my channel was about to turn 10 years, and I thought I would answer the first one now, which is, what made you want to become a YouTuber? The case is that 10 years ago, when I made my YouTube channel, YouTube was slowly coming to Denmark. I know it was more common to be a YouTuber in the US and the UK. You have probably already seen the first YouTubers by then. But in Denmark it was new. So being a YouTuber was not something you would really consider being an option. Living off of social media was a new thing. You would have seen some bloggers, like that was the first thing, having a blog, writing. That would have been a thing by then, but not creating videos or content for a platform such as Instagram. It was still very new. And I have never planned to become a YouTuber. It's never been a dream of mine, but I've always loved creating, expressing myself. So it happened. It just happened. I started out on Instagram. I've always loved photography. And since I had dreadlocks, I quickly, because it's such a niche and because Instagram was still fairly new, I managed to just get attention from people all over the world that liked dreadlocks. And since a lot of those people were from the United States, and YouTube was already a thing there, I was starting to get requests like, could you make a video showing an update on your dreadlocks, or sharing some information on how to maintain your dreadlocks? Or it was nerve-wracking for me to begin with. You could see a clip here of the first video I ever made.
Hello, my name is Elise.
One thing is that it's almost pitch black, but to begin with, I also had to figure out a way to communicate in English. It was not natural to me, like I speak Danish. And then what happened? I guess just one video led to the next video, led to the third video, and then suddenly I had a YouTube channel, and I didn't even consider if It just happened. I'm gonna stop rambling now and get ready, and then I'll answer some more questions later. I'm ready to get dressed for my anniversary. What I'm gonna wear is this new spring cardigan jacket. It's gonna launch on the webshop today. So yesterday, when you're watching this video, if you're watching Saturday, this is going up on the 1st of March. And it's really cool. So this green color is very much both spring and autumn to me, and kind of also Christmas. Or am I stretching it too far? Light trousers to make it spring. I'll wear these earrings today. And now to my jacket. There we go. Isn't it cute? It's really comfortable. And I match my room very well, like the color scheme. It's like, what am I turning into? My wallpaper? Maybe. And now we're ready to go. Or should I wear a beret? It's probably gonna be too warm. Let's go. I ended up finding a beret and sunglasses. The sun is still out. Is that from the sunglasses? That mark? So I've come to one of my favorite thrift shops. The last time I was here, I was looking at this glass brass table, like a small extra table, and I didn't buy it. So I'm actually heading back to see if it's still there. And possibly other things. Yeah, thirsty. So clever, Elise. You are an adult. Bringing water. I must have been particularly strong today because looking back on the footage, this painting is a very pretty color scheme and it has a beautiful gold frame, but I did leave it there. Then I found the brass glass table. Unfortunately, the construction was cheaper looking than I remembered, and I ended up concluding that I can find a cheaper, better alternative somewhere else at the right time. This was a pretty mirror, and I still hope to have a crystal glass collection one day when I get proper grown up. And a ceramic dog. This was not quite what I imagined, but I would love to have a ceramic dog someday. And then I saw this, and after I turned it around, I'm quite sure I've done this before. The price point is quite mad. I mean, it is beautiful though, but yeah. And then on my way out, I saw this lamp, and if I had taller ceilings and the perfect place for it, I think it's very cool. I am now at my favorite plant center, and I feel like buying all of the bulbs and all of the plants because, and I'm often corrected when I say this, but here in Denmark we do say that it's spring from the 1st of March. So it's also officially spring today. There's just so much to celebrate, and that's what I'm gonna do. No holding back. I didn't buy anything in the thrift shop.
seems like it's been decided from the universe that I'm not gonna get a citrus tree today, which I had decided I was gonna get myself for my anniversary. But I went to this big supermarket where I knew I could get a cheaper option, and I went to the register, and then the man in front of me, it seemed like he had struggles paying, and I just thought maybe he had forgotten his card or something. And then it turns out that the payment system has gone down, so nobody in that mall could pay for anything, which means that nobody can pay for anything anywhere right now. So that means my shopping spree is over, and I'm gonna go and get a citrus tree some other day. Yeah, the universe decided, stop spending money on more plants. It also means no French fries at McDonald's.
The sky's changed from blue back to grey. Hopefully we won't be getting rain, because I'm heading out for some plant therapy. And maybe I'm gonna attempt to get a citrus tree again tonight. I'm gonna Google if everything is back working. Yeah, let's head out, have a hammer, as you do need for plants. Because it's Friday, I do have some work to do around lunchtime in 20 minutes. So before I head over to my computer and do my thing, I'm gonna answer another question. And this is probably one of the questions I've been asked the most over the past... When did I brush out my locks? But the question is, would you ever consider dreadlocks again? Or are you ever gonna get dreadlocks again? Or do you sometimes miss your dreadlocks? Basically, is it gonna happen? And I can say with 100% guarantee that I'm never gonna get dreadlocks again. Looking back on the footage, which I've done a lot now when my anniversary was coming up, I must admit, like out of those 5 years, they probably looked good for about 2 of them. Dreadlocks is very much about patience. They will get better with time. They also need to grow, like your hair needs to grow a lot for them to get to a certain length. And yeah, just for many reasons, looking back on what I looked like for the majority of those 5 years, it's like no thank you. And also another thing is that back when I got dreadlocks, one of the things that made me get those was because I was frustrated with my own hair. it's always been very wild and big and hard for me to handle. I think I've learned techniques and it's become easier for me, but I've also just learned to embrace that my hair is wild. And so no, dreadlocks is in the past and it's never something I'm gonna do again. This question also kind of shows one of the difficult sides to social media at times. That's loud. Because now I've been making videos for 10 years and I mean, you could go and watch a video of me from 6 years ago and then watch one from now a few seconds later. And I know that it's hard to comprehend that that girl 6 years ago or 10 years ago, it's still me, but it's a very different version of me. So Elise, who once had dreadlocks, there's happened a lot since then, and I am not, in many ways, I'm not the same girl anymore. But with social media, you're sometimes kept in a niche or in a box, and if you change from that, it can be quite hard for people to understand, like, yeah. And sometimes the question regarding dreadlocks has made me feel like I'm being kept in a version of me that's no longer myself. Yeah, it's a big topic. So I'm gonna leave it here and just say that no, dreadlocks is it's not ever gonna happen again. I don't think so. With a lot of things in life, I will never say never, but with dreadlocks, I will say never. It's one of those things. But I don't regret it. That's also very important for me just to clear, because it might sound like I'm regretting things. I'm definitely not. I had dreadlocks because that was something I wanted to test out for myself, and it taught me a lot of things and it brought a lot of things with it. That is why we're sitting here today. So no regrets, but it's just not me anymore. I'm somewhere else, and I'm someone else that has grown a lot from those days. Yeah. Ugh. The new collection is out. It's dark but with flowers, and I've decided to call it Until I See You Again, Dear Sun, because spring is coming up, so we will see more of the sun and we will see more flowers. So one of the pieces that dropped today is this gorgeous maxi dress, but there are many pretty ones. So it's been quite a quiet week when it comes to orders, so I don't have a lot to pack. Now that I'm here, I can just as well answer a question that's around the business. This one is, how did you start your business? Did you have to do a big economic investment? Okay, so that is regarding the business. So if you haven't been around for years and years, Bohemian Wonders started out as Wonderlocks, and I sold dreadlock shampoos and beads for dreadlocks and, you know, things around dreadlocks. And when I brushed those out, it suddenly no longer really felt natural for me to sell products for people with dreadlocks. and therefore the web shop just evolved into what it is now. I started to incorporate like vintage pieces back when it was a dread shop, so the transition was like slowly going from one thing to the other, and now it's nothing to do with dreadlocks anymore. And we didn't do a big financial investment or found someone to like put a lot of money into it. Back when we started out, I had a partner, and we the method is just reinvesting everything that you make. So for the first few years, maybe more than a few years, I was working like 4 jobs to cover like rent and food, and for me to have enough money for a living, I was working 4 jobs, and the web shop was not giving me any income. Social media has also, you know, not always been something I would make money from. So yeah, back in the day I used to work several jobs to cover my bills. It does give you a much more personal relationship to your business, I think, and also it gives you many small victories to celebrate, because it takes longer, and every single time you make it to a goal of yours, or yeah, it's a big deal. So yeah, that's how I've done it, and I'm glad. I felt just terrible ever since the card payment terminals went down yesterday. It's clear to me now, after I've been sleeping on it, that the universe was trying its very, very best to tell me not to get that citrus tree, but to go back and get the big one. That's definitely what it meant, and I'm just gonna say I'm terribly sorry that I didn't realize that yesterday. You heard it here first. This girl is gonna go back and get the big citrus tree today, and it's also why the video has been postponed, because it feels weird and wrong to end this video without the citrus tree. When I first made a plan of how I wanted to celebrate myself, the first thing on that list was the citrus tree. So I need to go get it. It's obvious.
There's another sign that this is what I should have done to begin with. The sun just came out. I'm just saying, I read it as signs. Woohoo! Let's head in. I fear it's going to be a very long way home because it's not very steady. I just got some tips at the register. I also met a very sweet old lady who complimented my outfit. Very sweet. I'm sorry, but this is a horrible McDonald's. Massively crowded. Everyone just got paid. That's what you can see. Like families in there. Classic McFlurry with Smarties. Ooh, that's cold. There was one last question. You've accomplished so much in 10 years, but this last year catapulted your life incredibly. What are your hopes and dreams for your future? Congratulations. Thank you so much. So my hopes and dreams for my future has always been a difficult question for me to answer. I think a fear kicks in within me when I have to openly say things out loud, because it makes it very real if you don't succeed. The first thing that pops into my head is being happy and fulfilled, but that's very fluffy. To continue putting creativity and freedom over money, that's important to me. Another dream, and I've said this out loud several times on my channel, don't misunderstand me, please. I still hope to find a boyfriend one day. Even in good times, such as my anniversary, I miss having somebody to celebrate with. Someone who feels my victories as strong as theirs, and who can say, "You're kicking ass, you're awesome, I love you." So freedom, creativity, love, a big garden, lots of flowers. That's my hopes and dreams. Now that it is my 10 years anniversary, I just want to mention this again quickly, that if you want to become a member of my channel and support my channel monthly with the fee of 1.2 euros/US$ a month, I'm gonna leave a link down below. Again, it would mean a lot to me, especially now here around my anniversary. It would be amazing if you would go and join. Yeah, 1.2 euros a month, and then you get a star. So every time you comment under a video, there is a star by your name, and that's how you can see the members here on this channel. No pressure. No pressure at all.
That's too small. I either wanted here, so either here, which was my original plan, or I am carrying it with my bag, or here. Okay, floor, definitely floor. Yeah, definitely floor. And then I'm never moving you ever again. If the case is that anyone is watching still, thank you so much. I promise that this video is coming to an end. The last thing I want to say is thank you so much. Please comment down below and let me know how long you've been watching. When did you jump on board and started following? I would love to read that. Did something in this video surprise you? And thank you so much for watching my videos. It means a lot. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'm gonna leave my handles on the screen. I have my own Instagram, personal, with styling, house things, plant things, and also the business. 10 years. I became an adult on YouTube. If that is something I can call myself, I'm not too sure. I mean, I've just been sitting in a parking lot at McDonald's eating ice cream. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm gonna see you next week. Exciting things are gonna happen soon. I just don't know when. Yeah, we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys.